my channel. Today I'm here with a video that you guys requested. You saw my Sephora VIB sale haul videos. I will link them up here and down in the description box. In those videos I talked about some of the products that I use to clean my brushes, and some of you requested that I do a video about how I clean my synthetic and natural hair brushes. I have two different methods for my synthetic and natural hair brushes, different products that I use, and those both methods have been highly tested, you guys. I've got the two processes pat down. My brushes are really in good shape and they keep their shape and everything. They don't shed. And well, to begin with, I buy good high quality brushes. That's a start. But washing makes the difference, you guys, in the longevity of your brushes. So today I want to show you guys how I wash my natural hair brushes and my synthetic brushes. So if you guys want to see the process, keep watching. Guys, here it is. I have everything set up on the table. This is what I do before I begin washing the brushes and sponges. I get everything set up on a table. So I have sorted my brushes here, as you can see. So I have my small synthetic brushes here, my large synthetic brushes here. These are my small natural hair brushes and my large natural hair brushes. So I have one way of washing my synthetic brushes and a different way of washing the natural hair brushes, because you really want to be gentle with your natural hair brushes. You know, you don't want to wash them too rough or too many times, too often. You have to use a special type of soap. I will go through all of that. I wash them in a different way than I wash my synthetic brushes. So I have my beauty sponges and my like puffs and everything in here, my velour puffs and all that. So these are everything you need to wash the brushes. So this is from Sigma, I believe, that I bought. So it's like a glove. You put your hand in it and you put your like little finger and thumb in here and you hold it up, and it has all these little ridges that help you clean your brushes. This side is for smaller brushes, that's for large. And this one is something you can, see it has suction cups. You can stick it onto the base of your sink and you can wash brushes on that or scrub brushes on that. I prefer to use this one. I prefer to just do it on my hand. This one is actually one I got, like this is like a little handheld mini one that if I'm just washing a couple of brushes that I use. Same with this one. This is another one of those. And here we have the soap. So you guys, this one is the Beauty Blender Solid, which really is the only thing that works in getting the dirt and grime out of my beauty sponges, the really dirty foundation, everything out. Nothing works. I am telling you, I have tried so many different types of soap, and the only thing that gets dirt and grime out of the beauty sponges is the Beauty Blender Solid. And this one is the really big one. See if I can get this open for you. So this one is this is a brand new one I just got from my Sephora VIB sale. This is like the really big size soap, and these come in smaller sizes too. So I always get the big size on Sephora sale because I really can't wash my beauty blenders without this guy right here. And here is something that I really want to show you guys. So this is called Dr. Bronner's 18-in-1 Hemp Lavender Pure Castile Soap. So this is Castile soap. This is what I use to clean my natural hair brushes. Guys, I have tried everything. I've tried all different types of things, recommendations. I've read up on it. I've researched on. I've done everything. And this guy right here, this is what cleans my natural hair brushes and still preserve them and don't damage them, keep their shape and everything, still get the dirt out of it. It's very gentle. It's Castile soap. It's pure Castile soap. So just remember that. I will list and link everything down in the description box. This is the one I use to clean my natural hair brushes. So this one here I wanted to show you also. This is Cinema Secrets brush cleaner. I use this sparingly. This is something I only use for spot cleaning brushes between deep washing. So you want to deep wash your brushes at least once in 2 weeks. So in between, if you get, you know, a brush or two really dirty and you don't want to, you know, give it a deep clean, you can use this to spot clean brushes, and you can use a microfiber towel to wipe it off. So you can use this to spot clean brushes between deep cleansing. So you just spray it on and then you kind of wipe it on a microfiber cloth gently, especially when they are natural hair brushes. You gotta be careful. It's not gonna clean them like spotless like a deep cleaning, but it'll get the color off so that it does not, you know, get deposited onto your eyelid. So that's something you can do between deep cleaning if a brush gets really dirty. I don't recommend it because this has alcohol in it, you guys, and especially for your natural hair brushes, this can really dry out the bristles. I mean, it wouldn't really matter with the synthetic ones over there as much. I don't even like using them on the synthetic ones, but especially natural hair ones, I don't recommend using this. Just use it very sparingly if you're really desperate. So that's that. I just wanted to throw that in there, although I don't really recommend it. I just tend to just hold off and just do deep cleaning once in 2 weeks. So let's get to washing these brushes. I tend to go to the kitchen sink, which is nice and large. I just find it convenient than the bathroom. So I'm going to show you how I wash them now. So let's go do it. So you want the water to not be hot. You want it to be like very slightly, tad bit warm, or just room temperature water. You don't want it to be hot at all. These are my natural hair brushes. I'm going to start with the small size ones. So I'm going to take my Castile soap and I'm going to put a little bit. Actually, I need to use the small brush side of the glove here, my Sigma glove. So I'm going to put a little soap right there and I'm going to start washing them. So when you wash them, make sure that you're not like really like pressing it in, especially these are natural hair brushes. You want them gently, you know, washed like this, back and forth like that. And that's all it takes. It doesn't need to be like scrubbed hard at all. So once you run it through the water, you just take it to the end here and you just squeeze the water out so that the shape of the brush is retained like this, and then you put it to dry. I tend to put them to dry on a paper towel. I'll show you that part later. So basically you just keep going, you guys. Like you just I still have the soap here, so you just keep washing the brushes like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna switch this over for my large brushes. So this is the large brush side of the glove. So I'm gonna do the same with the large natural hair brushes. Again, be very gentle with the natural hair brushes. You just want to go back and forth like this. You see all the dirt in the sink? And a little more soap. Just back and forth. Don't do this or put pressure on the brush, the natural hair brushes. Very gentle. They're very delicate. You want to retain their shape. You don't want the bristles to get bent or bent out of shape, you know. So, and then you just gently squeeze on the edge like that till you keep the shape, and it's gonna dry like this. I'm gonna hang it upside down. I'll show you how I do that. So that's how you wash. Let's get the rest of them washed, and then I'll show you how I put them to dry. So I lay them all on a towel for a minute, and then I take a roll of paper towels and I start to sort of pat them dry a little bit like this. Just a couple of times, just retaining their shape instead of just going like this. Just retaining their shape and like this. Pat them dry a little bit. And then I take this thing right here. This actually I use mainly for my natural hair brushes, because you want to hang the brushes head side down, upside down, so the water comes out of the base where the bristles are connected to the brush handle. So you want the water away from it to the tip of the brush and then dry off, because if you keep the wetness here too long, over time it's gonna loosen the bristles and they're gonna start shedding. Like high quality brushes like these ones with Rapper brushes and Sonia G, and it's not gonna happen to them, and Wayne Goss, but still you want to be cautious. So you especially want your natural hair brushes hung upside down like this. So this thing I got, I believe, on Amazon. So this is how I dry my natural hair brushes. I use a paper towel to kind of pat them dry, and then I hang them upside down. So I'm gonna go through and do that to all of them. Sometimes I don't really have room for, especially this time around I waited too long and they all piled up. Usually I don't have this many brushes to wash. Usually this is enough for me, but I might actually have to put some of them on the towel, and I'll show you another way of doing that if you don't have enough space on this, or you can get 2 of these if you want to. But 1 is enough really. It's just that I waited too long to wash brushes this time and they all piled up. Usually this is enough for all of my natural brushes that I have in 2 weeks when I wash. Okay, I got all my natural hair brushes drying upside down now, so I can relax about that, because those I want to take care of right away. You don't want to keep them wet too long, so I need them drying right away. Now I'm going to get to my synthetic brushes. So you guys, I got the small size synthetic brushes ready to go. Now I got the small brush side of the glove ready here to go. So for the synthetic brushes, I use the Beauty Blender Solid. This one is my old one that I'm still using. I showed you my brand new one I bought. So funny thing, you guys, is the Castile soap only works for the natural hair brushes. It gets all the dirt and grime out of natural hair bristles, but it doesn't work on synthetic brushes. It's crazy. But this works like a charm for the natural hair brushes, and the Beauty Blender Solid doesn't work that well on the natural hair brushes. It's weird. So the only thing that works is the Beauty Blender Solid on the synthetic brushes. So let's get started. Same with the beauty sponges as well. So what I do is I get the brush wet, I go into the soap, and then I scrub it. I mean, these are synthetic brushes. You don't have to be as gentle, but still you don't want to scrub, with all your might. It's, gonna kind of make the brush fall apart. By the way, don't keep it in the bottom of the sink like that. I'm going to keep it right here. You don't want it to fill up with water. So I take a little soap and then I scrub, scrub, scrub. Okay, so now I have the bigger synthetic brushes, like this one is my La Mer powder brush, for example. Still want to be gentle with them. By the way, I told you guys not to press on hard, but sometimes like foundation brushes, like this one right here, they're going to be really hard to get the grime, dirt and grime out, the foundation. Like this one, for example, you're going to have to apply some pressure, and if you don't, the dirt towards the root of the brush will not come out. So unfortunately, yeah, you do have to apply some pressure, but luckily they're synthetic brushes. They're not as delicate as the natural hair ones, but still be careful in doing that. So you guys, once you're done washing the brushes, try and cleanse the glove too a little bit. So now for the beauty blenders and the velour puffs. So what I usually do is I soak them. I just soak them in a little bit of, sometimes I even use dish detergent actually. I'm just gonna use some of this for now, but again, like I said, the Castile soap doesn't really work very well on this. So I usually soak them a few minutes before I wash them, so the dirt and grime come loose a little and they get puffy and easier to get the dirt out. So I'm gonna let them soak just a few minutes like that. Then I'm gonna use the beauty blender solid to wash my beauty sponges as well. So I take a sponge. They usually see there's a lot of foundation. These are very difficult to wash, and like I said, the only thing that works on the grime, the foundation that's on these beauty blenders, is really the beauty blender solid, the only thing that works. So you want to really use your fingers to get that all that foundation out of there. And then I just, it's okay that if you wash them right into the bowl, that's fine. And then I make sure to wash it and kind of take another look at it. See, a lot of it came. See, there's still some more. So you usually have to go back in and make sure everything comes right out. See, even then you just have to really get the dirt out of there. And then you want to run them under the water and then squeeze them out, wring them out like this. Just wring them out as much as you can and put them out on a paper towel to dry. The same with the synthetic brushes, I tend to take some paper towel and just kind of give it a little wipe, a bit of drying there to help it start drying. If you don't do this step, or if you skip this step, it takes forever for the brushes to dry. So you gotta help it a little bit. Okay, so with the synthetic brushes, I just lay them flat. That's really the best, and it's gonna drain down here to the, it's not gonna go inside. And I, thought about it, a couple of times I did this thing where I would roll up a towel and tilt it, but then the brushes bend. So this is the best way. You don't have to worry so much with the synthetic brushes, them staying wet here at the base. They don't tend to be as delicate as the natural hair ones. So you can just lay them flat like this and let them dry. I'm gonna go with the smaller ones and do the same. Guys, I got them all laid out, the synthetic ones, natural hair ones. I actually had 2 slots here open, so I actually took 2 of my synthetic hair ones, like this large powder brush, and I put that in there and the synthetic one so it dries faster. So yeah, natural hair, synthetic, ready to go. Now the beauty blenders. So I do pretty much the same thing with the beauty blenders. You don't have to. Beauty blenders really dry pretty quickly. You don't really have to do this step with them, but I still do if I have like a paper towel left in my hands, just so that they dry a little faster. The beauty blenders dry much quicker than the brushes. So yeah, that's it, you guys. So that's how I clean my brushes, my sponges. Then also the velour puffs, I lay them all to dry as well. I washed them also using the beauty blender solid, same thing. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Now I'm gonna let these dry overnight. I usually wash these the night before and let them dry until morning overnight. I'll see you tomorrow morning. So you guys, it's the next day morning and everything is dry. Look, they've retained their shape. They're nice and fluffy. See, these are the natural hair brushes. The shape is intact. So that's why it's important to squeeze the water like that, gently, retaining the shape. And then these are the synthetic ones. They're dry too. Really very well. And the sponges, the beauty sponges and the velour puffs are done too. So you guys, that's all there is to it. It's all about picking the right product to wash your brushes, your natural and synthetic brushes. So they're all nice and clean, you guys, nice and fluffy, This is my synthetic brush, my natural hair brushes. They're all nice and fluffy and they retain their shape. As you can see, the shape is intact on all the brushes, and that's the beauty about it. Even like the little brushes, see, they retain their shape, nice and straight. So yeah, that's why I use the process I do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful to you in washing your brushes and caring for your brushes, you guys, and keep them longer, keep their shapes intact for a long time and use them for a long time. If you guys found this video helpful and enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you will be notified every time I upload. I will see you guys in my next video.